Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by our little spot to hang out with us today. If you like the music on this channel, go to our YouTube music channel at Drizzlerworks Music, or just click on the link in this video. There we have calming and study music to chill out to or for your next grind. Your support helps us reach good people like yourself. So with that said, today we're diving into one of the most controversial yet powerful concepts from Niccolò Machiavelli's timeless work. There's a trait so dangerous, so misunderstood, that mastering it can make you virtually untouchable in any arena of life. This isn't about being cruel or heartless. It's about understanding a fundamental truth about human nature that most people are too uncomfortable to acknowledge. Machiavelli called it strategic detachment. Others might call it emotional intelligence on steroids. But what it really comes down to is this: the ability to separate your personal feelings from your strategic decisions. Sounds simple, right? Yet this single trait has toppled empires, built fortunes, and determined the fate of nations throughout history. Think about the most successful people you know. Not just financially successful, but those who seem to navigate life's challenges with an almost supernatural ease. They share this common trait. They can smile at their enemies, collaborate with people they dislike, and make decisions that benefit their long-term goals, even when it feels uncomfortable in the moment. This is the secret Machiavelli understood 5 centuries ago, and it's more relevant today than ever. Let's start with a harsh reality. Your emotions are not your friends when it comes to strategic thinking. Every time you make a decision based on anger, jealousy, or even excessive loyalty, you're handing control to someone else. Machiavelli observed that princes who ruled with their hearts instead of their heads inevitably lost their kingdoms. The same principle applies to your career, your relationships, and your personal goals. Here's where it gets interesting. Strategic detachment doesn't mean becoming a robot. It means developing what I call the observer's mind. Imagine you're watching your life like a chess game from above. You see all the pieces, all the possible moves, but you're not emotionally attached to any single piece. This perspective allows you to make moves that might seem counterintuitive, but are strategically brilliant. Let me give you a real-world example. Say you have a coworker who constantly undermines you. Your emotional response might be to confront them, avoid them, or try to get revenge. But someone with strategic detachment would ask different questions. What does this person want? What are their weaknesses? How can their behavior actually be used to your advantage? Suddenly, your biggest obstacle becomes a tool in your arsenal. Machiavelli famously wrote that it's better to be feared than loved. But here's what most people miss. He wasn't advocating for tyranny. He was highlighting that respect based on capability and strategic thinking lasts longer than affection based on emotion. When people know you make decisions based on logic and long-term thinking rather than temporary feelings, they can't manipulate you. You become unpredictable in the best way possible. This brings us to the practical application. How do you develop this dangerous trait? First, start practicing what I call emotional archaeology. When you feel a strong emotion about a situation, dig deeper. Ask yourself why you're feeling this way. What triggered it? Is this emotion serving your goals or sabotaging them? This self-awareness is the foundation of strategic detachment. Second, develop your patience muscle. Machiavelli understood that timing is everything. The person who can wait, who can endure temporary discomfort for long-term gain, holds incredible power. This doesn't mean being passive. It means choosing your battles with surgical precision. Every action should have a purpose. Every word should be calculated, not in a manipulative way, but in a strategic way. Third, study your environment like a scientist. Machiavelli spent years observing political dynamics, understanding what motivated different types of people. You need to do the same in your environment. What are the unspoken rules? Who has real power versus apparent power? What alliances exist, and more importantly, what tensions can be leveraged? Here's a crucial distinction. Strategic detachment isn't about being dishonest. It's about being selective with your honesty. You don't need to share every thought, every feeling, every plan. Information is currency, and those who spend it wisely accumulate power. Machiavelli understood that transparency is a luxury only the truly powerful can afford, and even then, it should be used strategically. Let's talk about conflict, because this is where strategic detachment truly shines. Most people approach conflict emotionally. They want to win, to be right, to vindicate their feelings. But someone with strategic detachment asks a different question. What outcome serves my long-term interest best? Sometimes letting someone else think they've won is the ultimate victory. Sometimes appearing weak makes you stronger. This principle extends to loyalty as well. Machiavelli argued that loyalty should be practical, not absolute. This doesn't mean betraying people. It means understanding that blind loyalty is a weakness others will exploit. Your loyalty should be earned, maintained, and reciprocal. The moment it becomes one-sided, you've given someone else power over you. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds cold, calculating, maybe even immoral. But consider this. Every day you're surrounded by people using these principles, whether consciously or not. The difference is they might be using them against you. Strategic detachment is ultimately about self-protection and self-empowerment. It's about ensuring that your kindness isn't exploited, your generosity isn't abused, and your goals aren't derailed by others' agendas. The beauty of strategic detachment is that it actually allows for deeper, more meaningful relationships. When you're not driven by emotional neediness or reactive patterns, you can choose relationships based on genuine value and mutual benefit. You can be kind without being weak, generous without being exploited, and loving without being blind. Remember, Machiavelli wrote The Prince not as a guide for tyrants, but as an honest observation of how power really works. Those who understand these dynamics aren't necessarily using them for evil. They're simply aware of the game being played around them. And in that awareness lies true freedom. As you develop this trait, you'll notice something remarkable happening. People will start to respect you more, even if they can't quite explain why. Opportunities will appear because you're not clouded by emotional reactions. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become puzzles to be solved. You become, in essence, untouchable. Not because you're invincible, but because you're playing a different game than everyone else. The ultimate paradox of strategic detachment is that by caring less about immediate emotional satisfaction, you actually get more of what truly matters in life. Success, respect, meaningful relationships, and most importantly, control over your own destiny. This is the dangerous trait that Machiavelli understood, and now so do you. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. I have more videos, so feel free to watch them as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. See you in the next video.